In today's video, we're going to show you the easiest and fastest ways to complete every single match so you can fly through World Tour to obtain these persona cards. If you find this video helpful, make sure you smack it with a big thumbs up and also consider clicking that subscribe button. 1v1s and tag matches are some of the easiest matches to complete. The fastest way to complete these matches are to throw your opponent outside of the ring to cause a count out. The best method for me is once the referee counts to 7, you throw your opponent into the stairs, then run inside the ring. During this period, you can taunt for extra MFP using your left and right buttons on your D-pad, or you can use the up on your D-pad to pick up your opponent to stun them for that little extra time. The tables match is one of the easiest matches to play. If one of your matches pop up during your World Tour run, you know for a fact you're gonna have a good time. This match can legit take 15 seconds max. All you need to do is walk over to your opponent, press your grab button, and then press R1 and move your left stick to the right to carry your opponent. Head towards the table, then press circle to then throw them to the outside, where there will be a perfectly set up table waiting for you. Ladder matches can be a little tricky and tedious, but what I do recommend is that if you're playing in a 1v1, use weapons until you get your first finisher. Do not use your SIG yet. Once you get your first finisher, then use your SIG. Another way to do this quicker is to use a badge with a rabble rouser. Once you get 2 finishers, throw your opponent out of the ring, climb the ladder, and then use both of your finishers to skip the first and second minigame. After that, just focus on the third game and then boom, you'll pick up a victory. If it is a tag ladder match, the strat that I find easiest is to clear the ring, place the ladder, and then climb it. Once you start climbing the ladder, switch to your other player and then start playing defense. This shouldn't take too long, but if you do have an issue, just try the 1v1 strat. Steel cage matches are honestly extremely easy. There's not much more to say about it. All you have to do is use your finisher, climb the cage, and then you're out. The bestest way is to just use a card with Rabble Rouser. Once you do your taunts, climb up, and boom, you're out. It's that simple. As for the tornado tag match, there are 2 things you can do. You can either let your opponent out the cage first, or you can let your teammate out the cage first. You can either decide which is better. I sometimes like to let my teammate out the cage and play defense, which if you do that and it's a 1v2 situation, the best thing to do is then Irish whip your opponent into the corner and then strong Irish whip the second person into the corner. This will make it so they're both down at the exact same time so you can escape very easily. If you do struggle to play defense just a little bit, you can make it so your opponent goes out the cage first and it's a 2-on-1 your way. All you gotta do then is make sure your teammate goes out the cage first and then just do a 1v1 match, use your finisher or whatever you gotta do to make sure they stay down and then escape the cage. The War Games matches are honestly one of my least favorites, especially when you get to the Boston region, as there are 5 War Games matches in a row. The best advice I have for this match is to try and get your signature move and your finisher. Take advantage of all the weapons that get thrown into the ring to build up your SIG very quickly, and then save onto it for the end of the game. Once all competitors are in the ring, do your SIG, do your finisher, do a pin, and just pray. If you don't like playing these matches, one thing I have been doing has just been sitting on top of the cage, going back and forth between the 2 rings, just because I'm a lazy boy. Sometimes I don't want to play these matches over and over again. It can get a lot. So if you do want to waste some time, I just suggest to climb the cage. There are a bunch of no disqualification matches in this game, including triple threat matches, fatal 4-ways, extreme rules, and there's a lot, okay? I'm gonna put every match under this category pretty much, so if no disqualification is turned off, make sure you get out of the ring, pick up a weapon, and just slam your opponent with it as much as you can. You will build up your signature within like 6 to 8 hits, then just use your SIG, and then use your finisher, and then you should be done. Nice and quick. Some other matches that are currently in World Tour are Underground matches, Hell in a Cell, Iron Man. They're all pretty much just basic, and I'm sure with the previous knowledge that you have on the previous matches that I've given you, You should be able to complete them with ease. Iron Man matches can be a little tedious as they go for 15 minutes, but honestly, they're just one-on-one matches, so I'm not going to include them into a separate section. But I will say one of the hardest challenges in World Tour has been New York, and if you haven't stayed updated with my channel, I do have a guide on how to complete New York within 3 minutes. It makes New York extremely easy because it is one of the hardest challenges that is currently in the game, as it doesn't allow you to run, finishes, signatures, top rope moves. Like, you can't do anything in that match, not even a payback. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do find it useful, make sure you click that thumbs up button as it helps me out a bunch. Don't forget to also click on that subscribe button while you're at it, as you can stay up to date with my faction news and all that kind of shenanigans. So without further ado, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the future. Catch you later.